Hi, I'm Audrey, and I really love to cook and eat good food. But like a lot of other people, I've become increasingly concerned about food waste. And so I decided to do some research and learn why food waste matters and how we can prevent it. Did you know that the average family of 4 in the US spends $1,600 on food that they just throw away every year? That's like every member of the household taking $1 and putting it in the trash every single day. So that's one reason we want to reduce food waste, because it's expensive. But food waste also contributes to climate change. When food gets thrown out and ends up in a landfill, it releases methane gas. Methane gas is a really potent greenhouse gas and contributes to climate change. In the first part of this video, I'll give you 4 easy tips on how to reduce your food waste at home. And then I'll show you how my friends Trey, Melanie, and I put these tips into practice when we made a really delicious West African peanut stew. Our first food waste reduction tip is smart shopping. Reducing our food waste starts before we even get into the kitchen and cook. We can shop more mindfully and reduce our food waste with just a couple of easy steps. First, check your refrigerator and see what you already have that needs to be used up. Then create a meal plan, and in that meal plan, write recipes that include those ingredients that you need to use up that you already have. Our third step is to create a shopping list and only include the items that you don't have at home and that you need to buy from the grocery store. Our last step, and maybe the hardest, is to go to the store, bring your list with you, and only buy the items on your list. I like to use a paper meal planner to do this, but if you prefer an online version, there's lots of great options at savethefood.com. After we get home with our groceries, we can use our second tip, smart storage. When we store our food correctly, it will last a lot longer and we have more time to eat it, which can reduce our food waste. So we can chop everything up, put them in airtight containers, and then put them in our fridge for us to use later. But not everything should be stored in the same way. So an onion should be kept on the counter, while chicken should be put in an airtight container or its original packaging in the fridge or the freezer. In general, using our freezer is a great way to reduce food waste and an awesome way to store things. But not everything freezes the same. For example, spinach freezes really well, but a cucumber doesn't freeze well and can get kind of mushy. Honestly, there's a lot of different rules and it can be complicated. But lucky for us, there's tools out there that can help us, like the storage page from savethefoood.com or the USDA Food Keeper app. Tip 3 is prep now, eat later. In this tip, we get home from the grocery store, wash all of our veggies and fruits, cut them up, and put them in clear glass airtight containers. When they're all prepped for us, we're way more likely to eat them. We don't need to just prep ingredients, we could prep an entire meal ahead of time by using this system. And prepping meals is truly a gift you can give your future self. We can put our prep meals into pre-portioned glass airtight containers and then put them in the fridge for us to use later. So we don't have to think about making lunch before we leave for work or cooking dinner when we come back from a busy day. It's all ready for us and we're way more likely to use our food if it's ready to go. And just like our smart storage tip, by using our freezer, we could prep for a really long time. We could prep an entire month's worth of meals by using our freezer. And we'll use the same process. Put pre-portioned amounts in glass containers, put the date on it, and then put it in the freezer, and then it's ready for us whenever we are. Our last tip is to use up leftovers. One way we can do this is by using a hero sauce. A hero sauce is anything that you like and you can put it on your leftovers or add it to a dish and you know you're gonna love that dish. It's really a great way to liven up leftovers. For me, I think my hero sauce is hot sauce. It just makes everything more exciting. Now let me show you how we made this West African peanut stew. First, we steamed the yams and we cooked the millet with some hot peppers and cilantro. These were things I already had in my fridge, so it was a really great way to use them up. Melanie also let us know that you could use any green that you already have at home. In Ghana, they frequently serve this with rice. Then we started making the really delicious savory sauce, which included peppers, tomatoes, vegetable stock, some delicious spices, and of course, peanut butter. Once we brought that all together and we blended it, we added our garbanzo beans and our yams, and we let that simmer. We realized that this savory tomato peanut sauce would be a really great hero sauce because you can add in any meat, seafood, vegetables that you have at home and you need to use up. The stew and the millet came together really quickly and the dish was absolutely delicious. It was so good.
That's so good.
But we made too much for 3 people, and so we used our smart storage and our prep now, eat later tips to pack away our leftovers and put them in the fridge and the freezer so we could eat them later. Thanks for joining me to learn about food waste reduction tips and try out a new recipe. Find the recipe and our top food waste reduction tips in the description below. Also comment and let us know, did you try any of these tips and how'd they work for you?